What is going on, Cupbangers? Today is June the 10th, 2016. I'm Alejandro, and let's go for a drive, yo. Hit it, Pedro. In today's episode of Let's Go for a Drive, yo, I want to talk to you guys about something really important and something really basic that to some it'll be retarded. So this is mostly for the younger viewers. A lot of people have been asking me, not only lately, but for a while, hey, what's the best way to get started? So whenever I see you guys, a lot of you ask me, how can I get started in real estate? How can I get started in software? How can I get started in this? And the answer I always thought was super complicated, but don't ask me why I was overthinking it last night. And I actually don't think that's complicated. I think the answer is very simple. So I want to talk to you guys today about the most important tip, I think, so that you can build a strong business, or at least a strong business sense for your future. And that is a very simple thing. Ready? It's called buy low, sell high. I know that sounds retarded, but here we go. I want you guys to try and visualize this. This is one of the biggest things that I see people failing at when they start a new business. This is something I failed at when starting a new business. This is something I keep seeing people failing at when starting a new business. Always start small. The least amount of money that you spend, that's the more money you'll make. What does that mean? If I go and start a company by spending $1 million, then I need to make $1 million back just to pay myself back. Forget about the interest on the money, right? Which is pretty hard to make $1 million if you start considering, how the fuck am I gonna make $1 million? So instead of doing that, you wanna start small. I'm gonna give you a very good example. The guys in Cup Gang and myself, we're doing this for free. We're doing this because we love it. It became an opportunity for us. We obviously want to take advantage of it, but mostly so we can keep doing what we're doing right now, which is bringing you guys content for cars. And we want to do it having a blast, and we want to share with you that experience. So how can we do that? We need to make money to cover our expenses. So normally when people start a company, they want to go and get the most badass office possible. They want to get assistants. They want to start hiring people, accountants, and you start paying retainer fees with lawyers, this and that, and boom, 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 boom. Before you know it, a couple $100,000 are out the door, and you're never going to see that money back because you ran out of money by the time you're done. And that happens way more often than you think, and a lot of people are going to say, well, that's never going to happen to me. Oh, you just wait. There's probably a lot of people watching this saying, yeah, I fucked up like that. And that's perfectly fine. I've done that. You can only learn by fucking up. And to me, in business, experience is everything. So what I want you guys to do is just do a little simple exercise. And again, you don't have to do this, but this is what I recommend if you want to go in that path with your life, because this is what's going to teach you how to do well. I want you guys to do couple things. Number one, go buy something that you think is a great deal that you can sell for more. Number two, analyze and tell and write it for yourself and say, I think I can sell this $10 watch for $20. And then go sell it. And then write down how long it took you to sell and for how much money you sold it. Did you lose money? Did you make money? And in how long was your investment recouped or whatever you got back? I want you guys to do that because that's going to open your mind to the real business world, real prices, real values, real dealings with people. Doing something so basic goes without like much attention, but it is the center of every business. I mean, I need to sell you something that I make for $1 and sell it to you for $10 so that I can cover my marketing, my salary, my profits, obviously my overhead, everything. Right? So that's what I want you guys to understand. This is the biggest and most stupid thing in the world, but no one talks about it going out of business school. Everyone walks out of business school. It doesn't matter what business school you go to, Harvard, you can go to fucking community college, where the fuck you go. And all these people have one thing in common. They all want to start a business right away, and they're all, because now they know business structure. They know that the CEO and the president of the board and everyone has like fancy job titles and shit, and everyone's just dispersing those like a motherfucker, and everyone's getting paid. For 9 months, you give yourself a salary, you get the biggest office you can, and then you realize, oh man, there's a delay with my product. Oh man, the product's not hitting as much as I want it to. So then you're fucked. There's no flexibility there anymore. There's no going back. You're gonna be out of money. Boop, boop, boop. Done. And you don't want to do that. You want to go in there and again, the same Cup Gang example. We are building this whole thing together. We're not spending a dime. We don't have an office. We don't have an assistant. We all do whatever, and we do it out of the love for what we have, but we're also doing it for sweat equity because we're working towards a greater future together, right? As a company and as a group and as friends. That's what we want. So in order for us to achieve that, we need to be able to build up this entire thing, see what the value is, see what we're getting for what we're putting in, spend the least amount of money possible so that we can get the most back possible. Why? Because, I mean, aside from the shows, which mind you, the shows are really expensive, obviously, the Banging Gears ones, the overhead for these shows are nothing. I mean, aside from Pedro, obviously, there's pretty much nothing else. So it's easy to get your money back aside from the big shows. Our goal is not to be filthy rich from this. We, in no way whatsoever, want to do that. We don't care for that, because we know we're never going to pull those numbers. What we want is just to keep doing this forever, or until we get tired, because we love it and we enjoy it so much. But if that was a business, that's the way to go, because if I'm spending only $5,000 in this whole thing that we built, and then we start selling the merch, the everything, and you start seeing numbers go up for everything that will hopefully cover our show, it's way easier to get those $5,000 back than to get $1 million back, right? So if we all had salaries right now, we'd be in a deep hole of money right now. So you don't want to do that. So Cupbangers, I want to encourage those who want to start a new business to do what I just said. Go find a product that you really like, see how much you think you're going to sell it for and what your timeline is and where you're going to sell it, and then execute. See how that goes, do and repeat. Two, three, 4 times. Get a feel for a real market, get a feel for a real buyer, get a feel for what's value within a brand. And then I promise you, everything else in life would be so clear. It's so easy. It's really just that. So for all of you guys coming out of college, for all of those guys getting out of high school, for all of you guys that are unemployed, that don't know what to do, this to me is the biggest and the best tip you can give anyone for starting their own business or their own thing. It takes years for people to realize this. I know it sounds retarded, but I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh my God, I never thought of that. And that's the people I want to reach, okay? So Cupbangers, let me know how it goes in the comments down below. Send me messages, let me know what you bought, how you did, or do it afterwards. Do it after the whole process and say, you know what, I did great. You know what, I was not expecting what happened. Let me know how it goes. I'm very interested in knowing. Again, Cupbangers, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow we have another episode of the Hot Box. And with that, I leave you with this. I'm Alejandro, and I certainly do not approve of this message. So, peace.